Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending both in person and virtually. I'm Sandy Clough, and just a very brief introduction that will hopefully give some clarity to how we came about selecting Second Chance Center as the primary recipient of the $150,000 that were available through the mustard seed program. What we did back in late 2020 was conduct a survey among members of the congregation. We got Denise Brown can correct me if I'm wrong, over 100 responses, perhaps well over 100 responses in the survey. And the respondents felt that an ongoing relationship should be developed between First Plymouth and the final recipient. And in the survey, the respondents overwhelmingly indicated that they wanted to develop that relationship with an organization that had both an impressive history, and Second Chance was established in 2012, so it's been a decade. Would have a need for the money, could put the money to good use, and would be willing and able to partner with us. There were three categories that the respondents identified: hunger, poverty, and homelessness. And we felt very strongly on our mustard seed committee that Second Chance would properly address those issues. As a church, we didn't want to just give the money away, but we wanted to become involved with the recipient programs. Regional equity has been given the responsibility to develop that relationship. Second Chance Center is here today to tell you about their mission, what they're currently doing, some future programs they're envisioning, and the kinds of opportunities that will be available to First Plymouth Congregational Church volunteers in the coming months. So without further ado, I don't know if Hassan wants to begin or Regina wants to begin, but they're both here, Regina in person and Hassan remotely. So with great pleasure, I want to introduce our group that we will be partnering with. And we've already had conversations. We're very excited about it. And thank you for turning out to me.
Thank you. May I start?
Absolutely.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm sorry that I'm not there with you personally this morning. I'm on the other side of COVID, feeling really good today, but this has been one of those weeks for me. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out for this, giving us an opportunity to speak with you today. I just want to, for the sake of clarity, for those who may not know the backstory, First Plymouth has been an integral part of Second Chance Center's growth and development for many years now. I just want to touch on a few of those points. I met Ken Hoagland back in 2015 when we first moved out of a walk-in closet on Lima Street and settled on 16th in Dayton. It was the first time I met him. And it wasn't long after that. Before that, I was Bruce Thumb, who I don't think is a part of your congregation anymore, but certainly stepped up in our early stages to take on the role of treasurer when we really didn't have a lot of funds, but wanted to make sure we had the infrastructure in place to manage whatever came our way. That led us to Steve Haskin, whose firm stepped in and really got us an infrastructure established that over the years has really paid dividends for us as far as managing those resources entrusted to us, but also as an encouragement for folks to see us somewhat differently. Just to be honest, when I first parked the car and hired the first two folks, Sean and Adam, collectively we had 75 years of incarceration time, and we knew understandably that some people would be wondering, what are these guys up to? That's part of our story. We also knew that there would be some concerns about folks with felony backgrounds being in charge of resources. This was one of the boulders we had to push uphill when we got started with this work. But First Plymouth's folks were right there at the beginning to help us establish ourselves in these very critically important ways. And so it's not lost on me that that we're at this point now of our developing relationship. It certainly isn't new, sir. Like I said, we're a number of years into it now, and I'm very, very pleased to once again be engaged with you all, and looking forward to how we can be more closely aligned in this work. And so I got Regina Edmondson and Candace Boyce White here this morning to share with you all some of the things that we have on our agenda, some of the things we have on our plate that we're looking and hoping that you might want to be involved in helping us bring to fruition. So I'm open to questions at any point from anyone, but I just wanted to thank you all for the last 6 years at least. You shared the plate with us for the last 5 years. You shared your congregation with us for longer than that. And, I can't thank you enough. I just want you to know, and I don't think many of your congregation really understand how intricate your involvement with us has been and how important it's been in our development. So once again, I just want to thank you all for all these years, and for, the Mustard Seed Award, and for your commitment to help us going forward. I can't tell you how important it is and how appreciative we are. So thank you. God bless.
Good morning, everyone. Regina Edmondson, Development Director for Second Chance Center. First, I want to thank Marilyn, and I want to thank Tricia for the work that they've been doing in their entire committee, the Justice Equity Committee. It has been a pleasure over the last several months to work with you all and to create this partnership, and we appreciate the opportunity. There are several areas across Second Chance Center where we need support with volunteers. So we have Second Chance Center and we have Providence at the Heights. So with Second Chance Center, there are many different departments and layers to what those volunteer opportunities look like. So what I want to do first is introduce Candace White, and she is our Director of Career Pathways, and she is going to speak more about her department and the needs in that area. It's my pleasure to introduce Candace.
Thank you, Regina. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us and giving us some of your time this morning. We believe that one of the cornerstones for individuals to avoid going back to prison and re-entering into our communities is one, attaining gainful employment, but also having access to the technology and training to develop career plans and to grow to mortgage paying salaries. And we hope for that for all of our clients that want that. And so as part of the Career Pathways Initiative, we want to meet our clients where they're at. And so sometimes that is helping them to set up an email address, or learning how to use a computer, or finishing out their GED. It might be finding that right now job, that job that allows them to get their feet underneath them. For other clients, it may be looking for opportunities to upskill and reskill to meet the needs in our labor market. We know that we have a labor market shortage across the country. We certainly do here in Colorado. And so we want to help each one of our clients identify their strengths and their transferable skills, and then give them access to training and support to step into those skilled labor jobs. And we have been really blessed in our new building to just complete construction of what we are referring to as an employment opportunity lab. And so that has a state-of-the-art computer lab, as you can imagine, for individuals re-entering our society post-COVID, technology can be a huge barrier to gaining employment. So we will have computers available and also a state-of-the-art training center where we can provide training, job search support, resume building, interview skills, and we can also provide access to training. And then engage and connect our job seekers with employers. So I'm sure you're already thinking about ways that you can potentially engage. It might just be helping somebody fill out their very first online application or updating their resume. Maybe helping with some basic computer skills. Maybe you have a skill set in a particular industry that you'd like to provide job coaching or mentoring. What I love about the opportunities that we have available on the career pathway side is for those who feel comfortable and want to come in, we've got a great space that you can come in and engage. But we also have opportunities where you can provide support through text, through phone, through Zoom. Maybe somebody just needs someone to check in with them once a week and talk about how their job search is going or how their new job is going. We know that is critical to people's success, especially in a new career pathway. And so I just encourage you to think about what might work for you. And then we're happy to build out an opportunity that works with your schedule and that aligns with your passion and your experience to support people in these particular initiatives. So I just want to thank you for being here and for being open to not just supporting us financially, but considering supporting us with your volunteer time.
Thank you. Candace talked about our new location, our new building at 224 Potomac in Aurora. I want to talk about Providence at the Heights first and share what some of their volunteer needs are and the opportunities to participate there. So Providence at the Heights is our permanent supportive housing where we have 49 units. We have 50 units, 49 are occupied, and one is for transitioning families. So it gives you an opportunity to come and visit someone without having to stay directly with that person as you're trying to reunite. So at Providence at the Heights, they have a community garden, but what they're looking to do is create a larger community garden and have an irrigation system. So if there's someone that has that skill, that talent around creating an irrigation system for their community garden, they need help there. They also need industrial patio furniture. They have a beautiful outside space with barbecue grills, a pergola, a wonderful space, but they have very, very old furniture that we have learned does not withstand the wind or any of our elements that Colorado brings to us. So they need support in that area. They are also looking for new or gently used crock pots. And with the crock pots, what they want to do is have some cooking classes that show you how to make different meals in the crock pot. They're going to put the bags of ingredients together and the instructions on how to then make these different meals, and then create that and have people with their be able to have crock pots to then make those meals on their own. They also host a Kids Day at Providence at the Heights over the summer. And so they're looking for volunteers to help with the Kids Day, if that's helping to herd the baby goats that they had last year, if it's helping with face painting or games or other activities for children that are residents at Providence at the Heights. And then they also host a regular game night. And so for the game nights, they're just looking for people to help facilitate that and help to engage the residents there on their game nights. So then when we move to Second Chance Center, there are a lot of needs for Second Chance Center. A lot are in the realm of administrative and then also by department. So Candace spoke a little bit to Larry about our wardrobe closet and the needs for our clients to have attire for interviews and some basic needs. So if you would like to help clients select items from the wardrobe closet, help to keep the wardrobe closet organized, accessible, things in order according to size and business and personal, that's extremely helpful for us. So that sorting donations piece is really important. In terms of administrative needs, we need help in responding to the letters that we get that come from those that are still incarcerated. So we get a lot of letters and we need help in responding to those letters. We get a lot of support from community around donations and their giving. We just had Colorado Gives Day. We had Kyle Clark next, a word of thanks. And many of you helped me to write those thank you letters to get out to community. So I did bring some more packets today of thank you letters to help support Colorado Gives Day to help to get those out to community also. But general admin, so if it's data entry, if it's helping to file, if it's printing, if it's organizing, the general admin is definitely a strong need. We also talked about you all being ambassadors for our gala. So as mentioned, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So we did move our date from March 5th. We're going to have a to-be determined on the date. With the rise in COVID numbers, we were concerned around being at a venue that is indoor only option and not knowing kind of where we're going with it being so close. So we are moving that to a little bit later in the year, hopefully with the opportunity to be both indoor, outdoor, so that everyone is comfortable as we celebrate this 10-year anniversary. Hassan?
I'm sorry, somebody thinks they're whispering, but they're actually not muted. And so all of that's going on the recording. I apologize.
Okay, so again, the 10-year anniversary, that to be determined and what those needs are, what that looks like is greeting our guests, taking our guests to our seats or to their seats at that gala. And so then just any general support, of course, is appreciated. And what we ask is that you look into, what are your interests? What are your hobbies? What are your skills? What are your talents? And where is there an opportunity to tap into that and to partner with us in sharing that? So through the contact, and we have a direct system of what that's going to look like. My contact information is on the top of the schedule if you receive that. And if not, it's Regina at scccolorado.org. And we'll look at where can we incorporate all the talents and skill sets that you bring and have that as a benefit to our clients. And again, I want to thank you all for your partnership. We absolutely love the partnership and value the relationship. Thank you again.
Can I address what might be maybe an 800-pound gorilla in the room? And I could be wrong, but sometimes there's a lot of carryover and it's unintentional in many instances. But where people have these preconceived notions about a population, I just want to share really quickly with you all. One of my favorite days of these 10 years at Second Chance Center was back in April of 2016. Some of you might be familiar with this church, St. Andrew United Methodist Church in Highlands Ranch. And every year they do something called the Big Serve. And they chose us that year and agreed to come by and help us with some landscaping, paint the fissures on the building that we were leasing. And we told our folks that we had some people coming from St. Andrews. We didn't prep them about how they should behave or what they should say. We just encouraged them if they saw someone they didn't know to introduce themselves and feel comfortable having a conversation with these folks. I don't know what the people from St. Andrew were primed about our population, but I'm quite certain that some of our folks are wondering, how are they going to engage with these people? They probably thought they were well-to-do folks from a pretty affluent community that they had nothing in common with, and probably would feel some kind of strange way being around this particular group of people. And I imagine there were people in St. Andrew who were thinking, oh my goodness, First time we're going to be around a bunch of ex-cons. I don't know what it was to start with, but I know that by the middle of the day, when we stopped to fire up the grills and serve lunch, people had spent the morning digging in dirt together and slapping paint on the building together. And everywhere I looked during lunch, I saw someone from Second Chance Center talking with someone from St. Andrew. And they were talking about grandchildren. They were talking about fishing. They were talking about things they had in common. And I was brought to tears 4 or 5 times that day, because that's really all I wanted. I wanted our folks to feel like regular people around regular folks. And I wanted the folks who were kind enough to come and want to do something for us, not to be uncomfortable, and to see our client partners as just, human beings, just people that they might have something in common with. That was one of my best days. And I've experienced that in my life over these last 16 years, and it's been enriched so much. It still happens to me when I meet people, many of you that I've met. It still rocks me that I can actually have conversations with people that at one time in my life I didn't even know existed. Less more were on a level that I could have conversations or develop friendships with. I can't tell you how important that is. And I'm saying that now because Candace mentioned maybe just some folks just checking in with people. I can't tell you how important that kind of thing would be for someone to have friends outside of the small network that they've been accustomed to having, or counsel or mentors outside of the network, outside of us who've been, in the same penitentiaries with them, walking around with them, other than the folks in the halfway houses or those in their families who perhaps didn't provide the kind of support and role modelship that was needed earlier in their lives. So I know that might sound like it's putting a lot on you all, but I just want you to know how your engagement on multiple levels can be really important and significant to the development of people's ideas about what their lives can be. And that's kind of abstract, but in a way it's really what it's all about. And I just want to say that.
I just want to comment on a couple of things. Since we have the sheet up on the screen, I want to make note that where it says food, if you go up just a little bit, for food preparation. So currently we are in the process of starting a remodel, evaluating that for our kitchen. So we're not providing the meals prepared in-house at this time. So we're not going to need the support in the kitchen. But what we do need is support in helping to manage the front desk area. It gets really bottlenecked as people are checking in. So if there's someone that can help to do temperatures, again, as we have COVID that we want to be mindful of and make sure that we're following proper COVID protocols. So someone to do temperature checks, someone to kind of manage the lobby and make sure, have you signed in yet? That people are greeted and feel comfortable and feel welcome, then that's a huge support to us as well. Are there any questions around any of the areas of service that have been presented today?
We still have some more.
On the back side.
Yeah.
They're covered.
Yeah. For any of us who want to help with any of these activities, can we contact you directly? I do that.
So the question was how to contact the center if you want to volunteer.
Right, thanks, Rush. I'm Trisha. Hi. Oh, I think that's something else. Okay. We worked out this system for now. We think this is going to be the best way. When Regina shares with Marilyn or me that there is a need for something at Second Chance, like right now, they're trying to fill a role. Regina will let me know. Then what will happen is, if you're interested in helping out, please check in with the weekly emails that come from Amy Turner. So I'm going to let Amy know hey, Second Chance needs something, and you will see it in those emails, okay? And that's where there will be a sign up genius, and that's where you can sign up. So I hope that's not too confusing. Just make sure and read those emails all the time. And when there is a need at Second Chance, an immediate need, and we're trying to fill slots, that's where you're going to be able to click on the sign up genius, sign up and get going. So if you have more questions, I'll.
Should we talk about this at the same time?
Sure.
The-
Do you want me to stop screen share?
No, there's still. she still has
Okay.
more questions. Go ahead, Melanie.
Marilyn here. Before I talk about the survey that we're doing, the survey of interest for the congregation, I would just like to speak to what Hassan has said. I've worked both at a small amount of volunteering at Second Chance and also in the prison system itself for 6 years. First of all, in the prison system, when you mentioned Second Chance, inmates' eyes light up like, oh, there's a beacon out there. There's some sort of lifeline after that. Personally, there are very few opportunities in life where we get a chance to meet others soul to soul. Working with inmates or working with former felons is yet opportunity, because you can get right down to what's meaningful in life, what lessons have been learned, what is important in sharing. Not necessarily backgrounds or anything, but just where a person is right now. So I just, if that floats your boat, I'd say come sign up. So what we set up initially, what we're doing is we will send everybody here and online an email with the link this next week so that you can go to it and take an interest survey. That interest survey indicates if you're interested at all, if you're interested in the future, but not right now. There are various options, and as well as listing your skill. You can say, no, I'm not interested, but here are my skills in case something comes up. And also any comments back to us. So I encourage, I've sent out the link here, but we will send that out to you, and we will also make it available to the congregation in terms of trying to survey that. So I think we'll leave it open for.
It's on the chat now.
Okay, it is on the chat. If you want to write that down, in case I don't get you included in the emails. I thought I got everything.
There's a link right there.
online.
So the people online, they can get that.
People online can.
How
can get
many
that.
questions? It's about 5 questions, right? It's very
It's
short.
very short. It's very short. Unlike usually when I talk. Okay, any questions on that? Okay.
If there's no additional questions on what we've covered so far, there are some other areas where there's opportunities to support that are more project-based. So when you look at the areas that are project-based, going back to that community garden, are you able to help set up flower beds? Are you able to help set up vegetable beds? And again, that irrigation component of the community garden. So we are really interested in setting up a recycle program. And that's something that in all of the meetings that we've had over the last several months, some of your members have expressed an interest in providing recycling, or how do we recycle? So looking for some support in what does that look like for us? How do we get that set up? How do we maintain that? So there's an area that's project-based. It's obvious that's going to take a little bit more time and engagement in that space. And the other is setting up apartments for new residents as needed. So when we talked about Providence at the Heights, when folks moved into Providence at the Heights, they moved into a completely furnished apartment. So knives, forks, bathhouse sheets, bed linen, all of those things. So as when they move out, those are also things that they need and typically will take with them. So when we have new residents that move in, we need to get those apartments set up in a welcoming environment for them to come right in and have every single thing that they need to be successful in that transition. I talked a little bit about what are your skills, what are your talents, what are your areas of interest, right? So when we talk about skilled volunteers, if you love to cook like myself, then let's come help with a cooking class. Let's provide some recipes for the residents at Providence at the Heights. Also, monthly wellness. We all know that taking care of ourselves, feeding ourselves is extremely important to our mental health, to our well-being. So do you have experience teaching a yoga class, a mindfulness class, a Zumba class? Do you have experience in de-stress or self-care items or opportunities that you can share with our clients to help them with their own self-care? When we talk about, and Candace spoke to this piece a little bit, but enhancing your skill set. So if that's help in preparing for taking your GED, then we need help in that area, help in computer literacy and training. So if you've taught Excel or Word or even how to set up your basic email and proper etiquette around responding to email, right? Becoming familiar with social media, what does that look like? Then we need support there. Do you want to talk to the apprenticeship classes and kind of the schedule around apprenticeship?
So we are developing multiple pathway programs. Our first is an apprenticeship readiness 12-week course for individuals that are interested in the construction trades. So we partner with the North American Builders Trades Union, the local unions here in Colorado, Colorado Builders and Trades Association, to provide an intensive program. And we just kicked off our first class yesterday at CITC, which is located at 7th and Mariposa in Denver. And we are there every Saturday from 9 to 4. Individuals that complete that program will then apply for registered apprenticeship programs. And those programs require individuals to take assessment tests. And so a lot of times we need help around math refreshers. Individuals need to be at about a 9th grade math level, which seems easy, but geez, if you're like me, you haven't divided fractions in a while. So we do some math refreshers. So we're always looking for individuals that might be willing to support either on a Saturday or during the week at SCC, some math tutoring. And in addition, if you have construction experience or someone in your family and you want to come in on a Saturday and help us in the carpentry lab, or, we have guys that really are interested in doing this, but they've never really held a hammer. So sometimes just someone to do some tool safety or be in the lab. We're going to be building out some wooden toolboxes pretty soon. And geez, it's nice to have someone next to you. So even if you just are handy at home and want to lend a hand to some of our apprentices, we'd love to have you. And so once again, that's Saturdays at CITC, the Construction Institute of Technology. It's like the Emily Griffith of construction schools at 7th and Mariposa, and the more the merrier. We've got a lot of space there.
And the needs that Candace has shared, those are immediate needs and they're very necessary. So as we're walking through these items, or as you're looking at this online, or you start to get those emails, each of the things that she shared is a urgent need and an immediate need as they just started this new cohort and want to get them up and have them have the support that they need for the new cohort. Moving into financial literacy, basic skills around budgeting, credit, understanding credit scores, bank accounts, and then technical assistance. And why I'm wrapping these two things together is because this is both for clients and staff. So as you know, a lot of our staff, I believe it's about 50%, possibly over 50% of our staff is formerly incarcerated. So when we talk about some of the soft skills that are needed, that applies to our staff as well. So if there's opportunity there to help staff really excel at Word, Excel, being more familiar with the basic data entry and computer processing, all of those things are needed, both for staff and for our client partners. For social media skills, that's one where visit our social media pages, share our social media, share, comment, share, like, those things are all important. And if you have ideas around messaging around social media, we're all ears, and we want to hear that from a community perspective of, I want to see more about this, or here's a wonderful article. I think that it would be beneficial for you all to share this on your website or to share this through your social media, right? And then create posts, create videos around your experience with Second Chance Center, your experience with volunteering, the relationship around Second Chance Center. All of those things are a benefit to us, which makes it a benefit to our clients. On Saturdays, we have our NGB Never Going Back mentoring from 10 to 11. So there's an opportunity there to come and share your personal stories. Why are you passionate about Second Chance Center? Why are you passionate about racial equity, around social criminal justice reform, social equity, social justice? Like, what drives you? Why are you here today? Let's come and share those stories. And that's every Saturday from 10 to 11 o'clock. And then going back to skills needed, Candace touched on this again, but I'm gonna hand off to her again because this is really urgent. It's really important. She has a great need in this area. So I'm gonna hand off once again.
Thanks, Regina. I mentioned that we're building multiple pathways. Right now, the construction program, we want industry experienced instructors. I should not be teaching guys about construction because I don't know the first thing. And so we're looking for journeyman level or higher that are available on Saturdays. It doesn't have to be every Saturday, that can come in and teach. And if you know somebody that is looking for a paid position, we have a partnership with the Department of Economic Development, and they will pay for instructors to come in, $35 to $50 an hour. And what's been difficult for us is finding these instructors. So if you know somebody, if you can help us get the word out and connect them with us, we would greatly appreciate. What a wonderful way to really give back. We want to have a bullpen of instructors. We are going to scale this program where we are serving anywhere between 100 and 150 clients at SCC per year. Third and fourth quarter, we're going to be adding evening classes. So if somebody was available one evening a week, that would be something we'd also be interested in connecting with them on. And if I may, I'd like to mention that in the Employment Opportunity Lab, we've been so fortunate. We have a beautiful setup similar to what you have here, where individuals can come in and provide support virtually. And so if you're interested in coming in for 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes virtually and just talking about interviewing techniques or helping writing a resume or any of these things that we've talked about, even cooking skills, we have the ability now to have you come in and join us virtually in our training center. So if COVID is a concern, I just want you to know that we are so blessed to now have that technology at the center and would welcome you to join us either in person or virtually, whatever you're most comfortable with.
I just want to ask, are there any questions on this second set of opportunities that we've covered?
I have a question in general for Regina, sorry. So Regina was just saying that some of these are immediate needs, and I'm not sure if that's the kind of thing that, like I mentioned before, that you should just be checking our First Plymouth biweekly emails. Would you like people who can fill something right now? And we don't really want that to be out of Sign Up Genius necessarily, but somebody who says, yeah, I'm ready to jump in and I can do some of the things where you said, we really need you right now. Would you like them to connect with you?
Yes,
Maybe
absolutely.
instead of, if it doesn't seem like a Sign Up Genius type of need where we want to, come, please sign up on this Friday to help with admin, so something else. One of the other things that Regina mentioned, please just contact Regina. You can see her, yeah, thank you. Rush just highlighted her email address right there, thanks.
And to that same point, if there's something that you want to do that's not listed, because we talked about sharing your talents, sharing your skill set, then contact me directly and we will get you plugged in, as soon as possible. I want to again say, please, primarily, please fill out the interest survey. If you have things that you're interested in that aren't listed, please reach out to me directly. If you can meet any of the immediate needs, please reach out to me directly. And most important, thank you all again for your time today, for your partnership, for your commitment to Second Chance Center. And it's just been an absolute pleasure working with you all over the last several months.
Absolutely, absolutely. Much love.
I did have a quick question. I'm sorry, is it Cameron? I'm sorry. Candace, sorry, Candace. Can you just say again what kind of instructor you're looking for? I didn't quite hear it. A journeyman for what?
So we're looking for instructors in many different areas. One is construction trades. So journeyman level or higher in the construction trades. We also are offering employment support workshops. And so if you have experience in helping an individual prepare for job search, interview, essential skills, communication, problem solving, any of that, we'd love to plug you into some of our employment support workshops to teach or to be there to support those individuals that are participating.
Thank you, I got it.
Are there questions or?
Anybody online? Any more
No,
questions?
No, but before we get out of here, I just want everybody, please stay safe. I know we've been at this about 2 years now, but this is not the time to start getting slack. And so please take care of yourselves and stay safe, God willing. Thank you.
I had a question. Is there a place we could access that list that you had on?
Yes, what will I do?
I will attach it to the email that I send out. I'll
Thank you.
attach it to the.
And do you have it? I'll send it to you, Marilyn,
Yeah.
right now.
I'll attach it to the email sending out with the survey, so you'll have the link to the survey, and you'll also have attached will be the list that we handed out today.
Thank you.
And if you don't get it, call me.
And if anyone here is interested in doing thank you cards, then connect with me after. We'll get the packets.
Great, thank you everyone for attending. So
Do you have everybody on the line?
Yeah.